everybody, it's Debbie with the Pickin Coop Farmstead. It's a rainy, drizzly day outside. Today is Friday, it's my house cleaning day, so I'm starting to use my noggin, do my planting before I do my sweeping and vacuuming. Hello, to get any soil that I might have spilled on the floor, which I do. First of all, I want to show you, I went and got some more of these 10 by 20 trays, and they're not the toughest ones that they have, but they're like the second best. That's at the Grow store, and I saved out this receipt. It's called Grow Generations, down off of Athens Avenue in Reading. These little trays, he always gives me a discount. I think they're like $3.25 or something like that before the discount. So these ended up costing me with the discount he gives me. I don't know why. I don't know if they give it to everybody. But these are only $2.20 plus tax. So I got 6 more, and I'm sure I'll go get 6 more. So I got 6 trays. Out the door, it cost me $14.16. So I was tickled pink. Then we went to, yesterday was my town day with my sister, Bobby, and we went to Orchard Nutrition, which is kind of across the way from the Grow store, and I ended up finding their redwood seeds, which she is local. I'll put her link in the comments. My wasabi mustard, the red mustard, I'm so excited. So I'm going to plant those today. And then the marigold seeds that I saved from last year, they did not germinate, so I'm sure I did something wrong, who knows what. So I ended up getting 2 types of marigolds from redwood seeds. This is called Cracker Jack African Marigold. And these were only $2.95 per packet at Orchard Nutrition. Then I got the Queen Sophia. Now my niece is having her plant sale coming up soon, so if she has more of those giant marigolds, I'm going to go ahead and buy some more from her because I could not get my seeds to germinate. So today we're going to plant those, plus I had the March 27th seeds, and most of those are, hold on, zinnias. These zinnias are the ones I get at Dollar General. These germinate really well. They are, I want to say, these are the Giants of California and Cut and Come Again. And then I also got these, the American Seed Zinnias. They're a semi-dwarf plumilla. I don't know how you say that. So that's what we're going to plant today. So come along. Alright, so here we go. First of all, I've got my dampened potting soil mix. We're going to do the Queen Sophia marigolds first. So I'm going to put several per cup. Then I can pot them up. So we're going to write on here Queen Sophia. All right, and we'll put that, let's go down here. We will put that in our little cup. And we're gonna want our tape. Reclose this. Now this says to plant them 1/4 of an inch deep. So what I'm going to do is just kind of tamp this down a little bit. And man, I'm hot. Whenever it's house cleaning day, I went around and I picked up all my rugs so I could shake them out and or wash them. And I pick up everything, the dog beds. And then that way I can, this seems like an awfully lot. Look. I don't think I need that many. I'd like to put at least 1 or 2 in each bed. Well, maybe I do need this many. Let's just sprinkle them around in here. There we go. There's one clinging to the package. Okay, we're going to take these up. Just like that. We're going to set these off to the side because we're going to add them to our journal when we planted them. And then we're going to take a little bit of soil and just sprinkle it around, no more than 1/4 of an inch deep, which is not a lot. And we'll put those off to the side over here in my watering tray. That way they'll be all ready. Okay, next we have, oh, this cup has a little crack in it. Tamp that down just barely. This one is going to be the giant red mustard. Giant. I'm excited to see how big these get because the regular mustard that I planted was ginormous. It's called the, I guess I should give you guys the Latin names of these, but I'm going to murder it. It's called Brassica juncea. So, these are only 1/4 of an inch. They're tiny little seeds. So we're just kind of sprinkle them. I don't want to plant too many of them because a little bit of this goes a very long ways. It does, though. It tastes just like wasabi. I was so excited when I saw these. I'm like, I've been looking for them to buy. Oops, that's a lot. To buy them locally. Because by the time you order them, I think I'm only going to plant 4 in here. We'll see how that goes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And just barely sprinkle a little dirt on there. A little bit more, because they're super tiny. Rule of thumb, seeds no more than twice the width. That's the depth. So these are super tiny. Oh, I spilled one. I'll not waste them all. And yeah. This I'm going to have to fold over because I tore part of the lip off of the package right like that, which is not a big deal. I'll show you what I do. I take the tape because it is wide, and then I just flip it over like that. Especially since these seeds are so little, you don't want them to fall out. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then I'm going to plant my Cracker Jack African marigolds. So we'll do and marigolds are beautiful to look at as well as functional because they will keep certain bugs out of your garden, which is nice. Kind of tamp this down a little. And I'll open this. Sometimes these seed packets are hard to get open. They put this gummy stuff for you. Not all of them, but good seed companies like Redwood and MI Gardner, and so they're designed to be resealable. Alright, so I'm going to do about the same that I did last time. Whoops, I got them a little too close together. Spread them around. Seal them back up. I learned the hard way to reseal them before you do anything else. Same thing with the tags. That way I have forgotten, like, oh shoot, what did I put in there? And I've got like 6 pots sitting in front of me going, I don't know which is which. So yeah. So you have to kind of wait till they come up. It's not detrimental, but it's nice to know what they are. Okay, those will go into the journal logging pile. And now I'm going to sprinkle some more dirt on top of that. Spread it out, only 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I've got those 3 done. And now I need to drill some holes. I bought this huge bag. Let me show you, hold on. Look at the size of this guy. 240 cups. Now these are the wide cups. I just got through telling you I like the narrow cups. But Costco, I can't remember how much these were, but it was a heck of a deal. I couldn't pass it up. So these work out good when we go camping, and then also obviously I use them for planting. So, but I need to drill some holes in these. And I have a Chicago drill, which is Harbor Freight. I've had it for years. The hubby got it for me. And the bad part about that is the battery took a digger. It'll charge, but it'll only hold the charge for not very long. So I took it in, and they said, oh, we're discontinuing those, blah, blah. You can get online and try to order one if they have them. So I'm waiting for that to charge up. Then I'm going to drill holes in this, and I need to go get some more soil. So we'll be back when I get that done. All right, I have all these drilled out. Luckily, my battery still works for short-term stuff, so I am fortunate that way. Could be a lot worse, right? I definitely know for sure that I'm not going to use that darned wood burner. That thing is just too crazy. Stinky, nasty, toxic. Okay, so I have my cut and come again zinnias. These are American seed. So I'm going to put that down, cut, and come again. All right, I'm going to put the marker in that one. Tamp this down just barely. I know this is repetitious. Okay, these say to also sew these 1/4 of an inch deep. Now this one I taped up really well because I must have tore the top off of the package. Oh shoot, I just did it again. It just keeps getting lower and lower. Look at this. Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to open this up. Now I saved my flower heads from my zinnias. However, I did not mark down which was which, and so it's kind of a crapshoot when it comes to that. So I just want to use these up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just love these guys. So I'm going to do, oh shoot, probably not. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and print that many. I'm not counting them. Sprinkle them so they're spread out a little bit. There we go. 1/4 of an inch, so just barely cover these guys. Gently tamp them down. All right, boom. Next, tamp this down. And I think I'm going to have, well, nope, I actually got it resealed, believe it or not. Alright, next one's kind of the same thing. I've made a mess. I think I cut the tops off because on these packets, they don't really have a place for you to open them. Alright, so these are giant zinnias of California. I don't know, what's the weather like where you folks are at? I mean, we've got part of our state is on fire, or part of our nation's on fire, the other part is flooding. So far, where we're at, there's no fires and no flooding. There is a little bit of flooding near the Sacramento River in downtown Reading. They have the roads closed, which that happens quite frequently, so that's not a huge, unusual occurrence. I'm going to do about the same amount. These are bigger seeds, so I'm curious. I guess I did grow these last year. Some of them got quite large. And they're very prolific. So when that one type that I just planted earlier says cut and come again, they're all that way. It's amazing. And there are some medicinal value to zinnias, but I don't know what that is offhand. All right, so sprinkle a little bit of dirt. I even give them to my chickens. They get the chrysanthemums too. Those are good for them. A lot of the herbs that we eat are good for chickens. Okay, that goes in our journal pile. Now I have the semi-dwarf pumila. Pumila, I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. This is also American seed. This is probably a Dollar Tree or Dollar General seed. I have no shame when it comes to buying seeds. Especially flower seeds. I'm not really eating these, but you could technically say, well, you're planting them in your soil, that you're planting other stuff, blah, 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 but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to put semi-dwarf. Let's see if I can fit all this on here. I'm so excited to see how these hold up with the number 2 pencil. I tell you, if you have free gardening classes that you can attend, or do you have people that are master gardeners that you know, you can learn a lot from them. A lot. It's like some stuff, just be patient. Some stuff you might know, and then when you get in the class, you go, oh, I never even thought of that. So you can learn a lot. So my friend Fern over at Hummingbird Farms, you need to go give her a follow. She's amazing. She does, I don't believe she has a YouTube channel. She needs to have one because she's just amazing. She's been gardening for, gosh, I forget how many years. She said quite a few. Now, if you look in this seed packet, there's a lot of sand and stuff in there. I think these are meant so you can dump them out in big rows. So when you fill this package, you think, oh my, look at all those seeds. Well, a lot of it is not seed. It's kind of sand. I don't know if it's really sand. I don't know what it is, but this is what it looks like. So those are not all seeds. So I'm going to sprinkle this around. I do see some actual seeds in here. So it's probably going to be about the same amount that I planted in the others. I don't know what that is. I guess I could try to read on the package. Let's see. It just says 12% zinnia seeds and 88% inert matter. So we don't even know what the heck it is. When they say inert, it could be anything. It says just apply in water, all natural mixture. We'll see about that. Okay, so I have all of these things planted. Put a little tiny bit of soil on top, just enough for 1/4 of an inch. There you go. So all these items are going to get watered in. Now, since I've got my dirt and my pencil and all this stuff out here, I kind of want to look at my seed thing, because Monday, I believe, is the 1st. So I wanted to succession sow cilantro and dill. That's something that I always forget to do. So I'm trying to remember, because I went through And I made these cards and divided it by date of when they should be planted. These are all my indoor ones. I have some outdoor direct sow things too. But I wanted to put that on here because I get way too excited and I want to plant things early. So I think I'm going through here. These are beans, squash. Oh, my silver slicers. I forgot I had those. I'm super excited about those. Those you can pickle. You can make fridge pickles. They don't get bitter when it gets really hot. I'm super, super excited. I've been wanting to get those for years. A lot of these are pole beans. I'm trying to get mostly pole beans just because they supposedly produce all year long. Let me put you up here where you can see me, lucky guys. I'm pajama prepping or gardening, if you will. I do have some lettuce. Lettuce is very quick growing. I've got some acorn squash. I tried to switch over my beans, like there's a Ideal Market pole bean. These are all green beans. Kentucky Wonder. I've always done the bush, but not the pole. And I have the trellises, so it'll give me more room. Otherwise, the beans go crazy everywhere. Oriental yard long pole beans. I'm excited about that. Lettuce, 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 lettuce. I have so much lettuce. It's crazy. I need to succession sow the lettuce. If I was smart, I'd probably, because it can go outside when it's cooler, I could probably plant some of my lettuce today. I'm not really sure. Maybe I will. I don't know. Let's see. Then the acorn squash. These are delicious. I even saved seeds from those and tried sprouting them, and they grew. I was like, woohoo! Here's some Blue Lake. I usually get the bush beans. These are pole. These are all M.I. Gardener. I did buy some from Redwood Seeds. These are the Chinese noodle beans, and I kind of want to make an archway. I'll have to buy another trellis to do that with, but I want to make an archway for these to grow up on, or just up the side. I don't think I put my beds far enough apart to be able to do that. I don't know. Otherwise, it'll shade everything out that's in the bed. So, however, I might be able to do it when you first walk into my garden. Might be like a nice little entryway. So Chinese red noodle beans. They're beautiful. Look at them. They're delicious. I think these, I'm pretty sure these, when you cook them though, will turn green. They don't stay that color. Then I've got crookneck squash, which I grow every year. But then I bought this year, I've got from Redwood Seeds, tromboncino. I'm super excited about these. And you can trellis these too. And how in the world did I get April 6th? These are April 1st. And how in the world? These are all April 1st. They got to the back of my pile. Those are 10s. Look at them all. There's sunflowers. I'm going to have to revisit all this. There's a whole bunch of seeds in here. There's chard. Never grown that. Spinach. Sage. These are homemade pickling cucumbers. Cucamelons. Oh, and I have some burgundy sunflowers, red sunflower. Ooh, I only have one seed of that left. The mammoth, and boy, do they get. Oh, this year I have the teddy bear. Woohoo! Oh, and my hibiscus. Hopefully, I will get enough to make some tea. And then we've got nasturtiums, okra. More okra. Oh, and the Crenshaw melons. I couldn't get this to grow last year for some reason. I'm going to try it again though. So I'll need to read on the back of these and see how long you have before you can plant them. 14 to 21 days. See, it doesn't say That's when they emerge. I don't know, I'll have to revisit this. This video is getting kind of long, sorry guys. So I'm going to go through this, see what I got going on. I don't know why this says the 1st. So I have April 6th to plant my cilantro and dill. And then I have all my beans and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go through this and see what I need to do. All right, well, I hope the sun is shining where you are. If it's not, I hope that it is not storming, burning up, flooding, all that good stuff. I hope you're happy, safe, healthy. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, tuning in, commenting, and sharing. God bless you all. Bye-bye.